Okay, so we're reacting to some stuff that I've been sent on Instagram again today. So these are always, I always think these are always better and worse than like viewer tattoos, because you get like the mecca, like best of stuff, and then you get like the worst of stuff as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's not really this like median. I find with the viewer tattoos, you get a lot of like weird underneath stuff that you wouldn't otherwise see, and that's actually why I like those initially the more than these ones. But I know there's room for a little everything, and these first 4 or 5 I think are they're all by this same artist, because when I seen them I just thought I'd give a bit of a feature here.
This is such a strange style. It kind of looks like knit, but not at the same time.
It looks like knit, but also like pixel art.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's almost like a digital, like you know, like the look of like a Tamagotchi or something.
Yeah, it's got like a really interesting texture to it for sure. And like subject matter, like I think this is really cool.
I don't know what it is.
There's a skull.
It's a skull and like a rocket or something.
Yeah.
That's what that, like, or like some kind of an airplane.
Something.
And then like it looks like whiskers almost coming off the skull. They've got some different textures with this same style, right? Like, and they've achieved a cool gradient with it too.
Yeah, I think it's really neat looking for sure.
And like because of the way this is done, looks like it's all dotted, right? The black, like the solid black, they've left just this little bit of, and that was done quite intentionally, where they could have actually made the black like solid in the eyes there. They left just a bit of like negative.
Dotting. Yeah.
Right? Like just to make it look like kind of like
still pixely.
Yeah.
Like how your TV would have those like and I'm dating us. The old TV would have those little light flecks.
Yeah, we don't see those anymore.
No, it doesn't happen in your TV screen anymore.
You can see that was done intentionally in places only, because there are spots where that's not the case.
Yeah.
Like there's solid black here, but then you have this other black that's like speckly.
Mm-hmm. Like right? It reminds me of like my old computer monitor had a bunch of dead pixels in the one corner, and it reminds me of the dead pixels.
I bet you this looks cooler healed than fresh, to be honest with you, because like this would look better with like a little less clarity almost. Like when this gets a little more out of focus.
Yeah,
and
when it
more,
fuzzes up a bit.
Yeah, a little more blurry in places. Like, because right now the dots they're a little too crispy in places. I think this will look even cooler. So,
I can't even imagine designing this. Like, I wonder if they did it on a grid.
This is an alien one.
Oh, this is
like,
really cool.
This looks like
Game Boy, but like too good Game Boy.
So in particular, like it's from that era, but it's more like like I had a handheld like little Sonic game. It just had the one game.
The no name ones or whatever. Were they like Konami?
They were
like,
just, well, whatever they were. They were like one game in there.
They were like Game & Watch, but they weren't.
Yeah. And I had one where you fight Robotnik in like 5 different levels kind of thing as Sonic. And like I think we had a couple of different ones like that, but it's like that, but it's an alien video game.
That's cool.
Like the whole idea is very cool. And also like you see the versatility and like the style, because that one wasn't so much a retro idea. This is more like the look of it is retro, but also the subject matter is very modern retro, you know?
Yeah, I just think this is like a really cool one though.
Now I'm wondering if there ever was an alien version of that.
This could even be a screenshot from something, you don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like this could be like an actual game that was out at some point in the early 90s or late 80s.
Well, just the way this alien is rendered, like as I said, I wonder if they like did the rendering on a grid. I know like my nephews, they do pixel art video game characters for fun, and they render on a grid.
And then we have this one, which I'm sure is from something.
Oh yeah, this is cool.
Vermis of Plastibo. I don't know what that is, but it looks
like an old game.
It looks like yeah, or like a, I don't know, like album art almost too. It has like that kind of a vibe to it too.
Heavy metal vibe.
Yeah, like it's, I don't know, it's got some kind of a, I'm sure this is directly taken from something.
Oh yeah, and again, this style is super cool. I think it would be really tricky to do.
The way they built up the gradient with the density of the dots.
Yeah.
Right, like look around his arm, stat dimension down there before coming to the hand. Like the dots are just real thick and then thin again, and
Yeah.
then like the shading around his legs is really, really cool.
This stencil for this would have been insane.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. I think
I
this would be like just like I think you'd almost go bare bones with it and work from reference.
Yeah, you're probably right because you couldn't have all the dots. You could just have like the shapes of where the gradients go.
Yeah, I think you'd almost like draw lines, right? Like with a pen, and then you would just know that you were gonna. Like,
Yeah, as long as your reference looked like this, you just dot it.
You could do it.
That's how I work on like puppy paws.
So you could do it like one marker for light, one marker for dark. You know what I mean? And just kind of map it out that way.
Something like that, yeah.
I've seen people do things that way, but like, man, the densest black dots here look really black compared to
The non-black.
even the bordering darkest tone next to it. Like they just achieve almost a new level of darkness with this.
Yeah, and still in those very like almost black spots, we still have the white or the skin
Yeah.
tone.
Yeah, you
in
just
there.
put just a little bit.
Like it's just like pretty good precision to still have that line of skin tone.
Especially because when you're dotting these things in, they're going to be darker for longer theoretically because the dots are always going to hit the deepest. Like just to know like how all of this is going to lighten up,
Yeah.
and just having just that little bit of light in there to keep it, not a complete abyss. And then so that way you can ensure that in the places that you do your darkest black, there's still differential there.
Yeah, everything's just done with so much intention, right?
Yeah, I really like this stuff, so I wanted to show some of it off here. This looks like it's taken from something. I'm sad to say I don't know what it is, but it reminds me of what's his name from Undertale.
Oh yeah, Flowey. Yeah, like an
kinda
evil
has,
Flowey.
Yeah, like that kind of a vibe to it.
Or
And
like even like the skulls from
this is that
like
thing. Like,
Papyrus
can you
and,
imagine going to
Sans.
this artist and you go, like, and I would never, but like, oh, I don't want any of that. I just want you to do this. Like, I'm sure they'd say no.
right.
But like, we had a kid in here the other day getting tattooed by Terry, and like, he needed it to be Terry, right? Like, he was very, very clear. Oh no, it has to be Terry, and it was something that a couple of different artists at the shop could have done, like the same way. And he's like, oh no, it has to be Terry. I like Terry's. And then as soon as he gets there, he's wanting to change everything. It's like,
yeah.
you're
Oh,
that
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's like one of those like.
He wanted a Terry tattoo, but when Terry showed him the Terry tattoo, it wasn't good.
Can you imagine doing that with this? Like, oh no, we don't want to do that. Look at the fucking soft gradient in the skull
I know,
face.
it
This
is
might be the best
absolutely
one.
insane. Yeah, I think like stylistically, I really like this one. Yeah, this skull face.
Because then when you close up on it, it's like, no, they're all still black.
It's so good though.
But when you're far away, they look almost like a light gray.
It's insane.
Like, yeah, I
And
like
like,
this stuff.
everything is just done with so much intention in these. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, this is we're going from the best to. Yeah,
Oh, look at that one.
that's another really
Like a
good
cyborg
one. Holy shit!
one.
Look at the depth they
Oh.
achieved on the inside of that skull.
That's so nice.
Alongside the jaw.
Yeah.
Like in the small of the chin there.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
I would, if I ever wanted like a video game tattoo, I would be seeking out this artist for sure.
Yeah, well, just in general, they're showing a range of versatility.
Yeah.
Within this style, they're able to pull so many different tricks with just the use of dots.
Yep.
Like, it's actually incredible.
Yep. It's like it's kind of like pointillism, but it's like definitely a digital pointillism.
This
for sure.
person could do a mean palm tattoo, too.
Oh,
Because
I
this is
bet.
all dots.
Yeah.
And that's how you do that, right? And just, like, the denseness of the dots they've got here. Like, I wonder how long this takes, though. That's my only curiosity. Is like, they're either deceptively quick or this takes all fucking
I bet
day.
you it takes all fucking day.
But like some people get really quick at what they do all the time. Right?
That's
They'll
true.
develop like a method, and all of a sudden it's like you look down and it's like holy shit, you
Yeah.
know. So it's I think there's no in between. I think it's either it's taking them all day or it's taking them no time. But anyway, we're gonna move on. So this is that thing where I'm always saying like, and like I love these terrible baby tattoos because there keeps being more of them. Like that's what I really love is like people see these online
And they're like, oh, I need one.
and like this one wasn't there last time I looked.
That's
like
just
when you
crazy.
Google bad baby, like because we've done these Kevin and I have done these several
Yeah.
times. Like we've done them on here, and like there's always new ones. Like there's always more of these. This looks like a fucking rotting potato.
Poor baby.
But like the thing is somebody went and they looked through an artist's catalog and went, "Yep, this guy sucks. He's doing my baby portrait."
Yeah.
Like, why? Why not go to someone good?
Because they don't want to spend the money.
But like I think it's a fundamental disconnect. I think
Or
they think it's
the
good.
so-and-so has gotten a tattoo.
Yeah, this
by
guy's been
this
tattooing
artist.
my papa,
And
so
then, yeah, well, my aunt and my cousin got tattooed by her, so I gotta go get tattooed
Like-
by her too.
I think because this gets posted online, they think it's good.
It's so
Like they think it's good, but it's not, right? I just can't believe there's always new ones.
It happens all the time, though.
Always in this city. Like it's like
I know.
like these are happening everywhere, all over the place,
know.
all the time.
I know. I'm always looking on our local roast and toast page.
Oh yeah, there's some
and
goodies on there.
Just like once a week, someone will be like, suggestions for a local tattoo artist who does right? And I always I like to look and see what artists are trending in
Some
our
of the
city.
worst ones are recommended.
And one of the current most popular artists in our city, and I'm not naming any names, and I'm not trying to be mean, but they are recommended for almost every tattoo, and they are
In all styles.
they are in all styles, and they are not. There are artists in our city who could do everything way better than them. They're kind of like a mid-range
It's a
artist.
cult of personality thing to some degree.
But people like this person,
But,
so they're always suggesting them.
Just because I like it doesn't mean I want you to fuck up my body or my child's face.
Right.
Like, yeah, you could be a good guy and also a terrible artist and have no business doing this. And people don't seem to understand that. And these things keep happening. These shouldn't be happening in today's day and age.
And then, at least on our roast and toast, I've noticed people saying more often now than before, stop asking this question and go look at artist portfolios yourself.
Well, that doesn't help because most people have no idea what's good or bad, right? Because if this can happen, that means someone thinks this is good.
Yes.
Somebody posted this. If we can be reacting to this, that means somebody thought it's good.
Right.
Like the artist thought it was good, or the client thought it was good, or both. And it's just, this is even one of the better ones of these two.
I know.
There are worse ones out there. And the fact that this is happening and people are paying money for it, both sides of that equation are committing a crime.
Yep.
The person paying and the person doing it.
This
That's a
walks
crime.
into our shop right now. Someone is like, I want this baby tattoo.
We have 5 artists that could do a better job of this today.
Yeah.
Today, right? And this will still happen anyway.
Right.
And they'll probably pay more for it. Anyway, let's move along here. So this one is pretty cool. I like this. This is I included this in here just because it is a white and black on black cover up.
Oh, I like it.
And most people won't see it that way. And I like to do these things because it's like, I want to change the frame of reference here because people think that tattooing over blackout is in some way different than this. You tell me where the dark tones were here.
Ugh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You know why? Because they
it's-
used opaques
I
and
was gonna
blacks
say,
and grays over all of it.
Because they used opaque gray, they used white, they used black. They just almost ignored the old tattoo.
There was no mind towards, oh, I have to be careful
No.
where I put these. I can't go over the black.
The only thing that the old tattoo mattered is that they made sure that this tattoo was large enough to fully cover
You know what?
the original space.
It's not even that big.
No, I know.
It's almost the same size.
But that's the only thing that this tattoo dictated.
But
is size.
Yeah. Well, you can't make it smaller.
Exactly.
But most times with a cover up like this, you'd think, well, that's a full sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
But guys that can do opaques and white and black on black can just do any of this, right?
Yeah.
They don't need to make it much bigger. But I'm trying to change the frame of reference because everybody thinks that covering blackout is somehow different than covering a normal black and gray tattoo. It's really not that much different. It's just that you actually don't have to have as high a skill level to do a blackout cover up because it's just all one base coat.
Yeah,
right?
I think trying to work over a black and gray
Yeah.
would be a little bit more
With
tricky.
lime weights and various shades and
Yeah, and then
structures.
will affect what's over top.
To some degree, because there's all different tonalities.
Yeah, so you have to be kind of mindful.
So like if you put red on the black and then you put red on the negative space, you're going to have a different red, theoretically.
Although, that being said, I watched Alex
Yeah.
cover some almost like dark gray, like an almost faded
Yep.
tattoo.
That one had been
Basically-
lasered a lot, though, so there was actually less ink in there than...
Yeah. The coverage was almost flawless.
But like what I'm saying is, in that case, the only reason why I'm saying is because just because it looked like it was still there, Ashland's skin is just really fair.
Oh, yeah.
And so like that line was pretty much
Gone.
It was pretty much gone. Like the laser wasn't even reacting.
The red
to
overpowered
anymore.
it pretty easy.
And so yeah, there was very little black ink in there. But like the bottom line here is this is covering. This is actually harder to cover than blackout, and people would probably think it would be the reverse of that.
No, I think I agree completely
But
with this.
because like when you were putting that candy cane on me, for example, how much mental like gymnastics are you doing?
None other
'Cause it's
than
just
like
like-
for lining.
Oh, it's dark canvas.
Yep.
Like, whereas this is like, oh, I have like things to look at that are making this difficult.
I have to think about the dark showing through and the light showing through. So
Oh, we're gonna move on to something funny again here, and yeah, I think this is a good alternative approach to having a nice physique.
oh, he's got a 6-pack.
Yeah, he's got a six
I
pack.
could see like, you know, one of Rick's friends enjoying
This
this.
looks like something Rick has probably done. Like he's probably done this before,
but it would have to be pill.
yeah, well, he wouldn't do the Bud Light. He'd do Pilsner. But, like, yeah, I could see Rick doing this one. And I'm sure he has done some variation of it.
So funny.
It's like, but it would have been better, right?
Yep.
Because these look square.
Yeah, they're a little strange.
They don't look like cans.
I just think it's pretty hilarious.
It is. It's funny. It's just like the round top, and then it has like almost like a juice box finish at the bottom.
Yeah, this person did not win on their perspective points for sure.
Oh, it's just so stiff at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look particularly rounded
Yeah.
with the shading at all. Like the only thing that's telling me it's sitting on him is the attempt at a drop shadow. But the idea is cool, and have at it. You know, I see so many like larger people that think that they can't get a stomach tattoo. And I don't think that's true at all. In fact, I think you just have more canvas.
Right?
Like, there's so many people I'll hear from in emails and stuff where they're like, I want to get tattooed, but I'm, heavily, or I want to be heavily tattooed on my stomach, but I'm a little heavier. You know, how does it affect a tattoo? And it's like, unless you're doing like really dainty line work stuff, it doesn't really make that much difference if you lose and gain weight. If you just get like a regular tattoo that's not really, really thin line and,
I think
it's
the
not
only
going to be
time
that affected.
I think the only time I'd worry about if you're a bigger person and you're getting a stomach tattoo, if you lose you would have to be quite large. If you lose a buttload of weight and then you now you have loose skin,
Yeah.
that's when you're worrying about your tattoo. Like if this
you've
is
lost a ton of weight.
yes, if you and no, like if you have the tattoo, you lose the weight and then you have loose skin and then you want to get a tummy tuck. That's the only time that I think that's tricky.
That's any surgery.
Yeah, because you're gonna fuck up that tattoo. And I've told a client this before they wanted to lose weight on their arms. And I was like, well, are you going to get the procedure to get rid of loose skin?
Yeah, well,
And they were like,
anytime
yeah.
you're removing skin.
And I was like, okay, well, don't get a tattoo until
Yeah.
after that.
But like your skin, like if you're just, gonna lose some weight. Like
But people lack common sense, though, right?
Well, yeah, they do. But like anytime you're removing body parts or skin or something, then yeah, obviously the
Yeah,
tattoo.
and then that is like the extreme case. Like if this person lost weight, I don't think they'd have that problem.
Well, no, it's not going to distort that
No,
much.
they wouldn't have. I'm saying like the extreme case.
Yeah, but anyway,